Well, look at who it is. Fred Garvin. Yep, back on the air. Now, like a lot of folks out there like you, I've been kind of wondering about these classified documents coming in these people's houses. President Trump has some in his house. Then Joe Biden has some in his house in Delaware. And then even Pence has some in his house. Now, that don't make no sense, but let's just say they did it. All right. Now, what don't make sense to me really big time is how come they can't hide stuff no better than they do? For instance, they went to the vice president's house, okay, where they had found some before. They invited him in. They looked, they found them. They came back a week later and found more. Now, how could they have found more a week later? One of two things has happened. They've never hidden anything in their lives. They can't find it. So, I wanted to know, how did they find stuff the second time? So I got one of our investigative journalists on it, Jane Plain from Spain. That's right. She is from Spain, and she is Plain. And so she's Jane Spain from Plain. Now, she did some checking around, and look at this report she filed. All right, hold on. Fred Garvin. Here comes Jane Plain. Go ahead, Jane.
Hey, Jane Plain here. And like Fred said, I'd looked into this thing and you wouldn't believe what I found. This is such a trip. The difference in the first search and the second search, weeks apart, is that they brought in their secret agent, and you won't believe it is who found the remaining ones, the remaining documents. It's Miss Granny Gray from North Ford, Kentucky. She's a lunchroom lady. And they hired her and she found them. I got Granny. I interviewed Granny over the phone. So I want to show you part of the interview.
Well, it really wasn't anything special. Now, I've been hiding things my whole life. So I found the stuff for the FBI. I'm putting here 87 years old, and I know how to hide things they don't know where to look. So let me tell you, the 4 places that I found classified documents for them FBI boys was number 1, it was Vice President Mike Pence's wife's grandmother's picture. I just flipped it over, pulled off the back, bingo! Classified document number 1. For the second one, I crawled up into Mike Pence's attic, fought my way to the back corner, and I noticed 2 loose floorboards. And wouldn't you know it, sure as if your life depended on it, there was the second batch of classified documents under a loose floorboard in the attic. The third one was about near impossible, but I thought about how conceited Mike Pence is and how he looks. Like Mr. Snowmiser from that Christmas special on TV, you know, his snowy white hair. Then, in an old musty closet in the basement, I pulled out the tuxedo young Mike Pence was married in. I tore back the interior lining and shazam! Classified document number 3. And the last one I thought was pretty obvious. Anyone who takes a little sip of the bottle like me would know this trick for a long time. I went to an out-of-the-way bathroom toilet and pulled up the top of the tank, and taped to it was, you know it, secret classified document number 4. And the government paid me well. Young people just don't know where to look. Now, if you are like me and Mike Pence, then you've been hiding things your whole life, and you know all the good spots. And so that's how I found the missing classified documents. Back to you, Plain Jane from Spain.
Thanks, Granny Gray. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. So, back to Fred.
Well, thank you, Plain Jane from Spain. Well, that's one wonderful report. I tell you what, my grandma, she used to hide everything. At Christmas time, she would unwrap the presents carefully and then tape them all back together. And then she'd hide quarters, rolls of quarters all over the house. Man, when she passed away, we had like $100 worth of quarters. Anyway, I'm Fred Garvin. Yeah, looky who's gone.